Hey guys, I'm Jessie and today I'm going to make a fan art comic. I was on Tumblr a little while back and I saw this post from Root Beer Goddess. I'm a huge fan of Yondu and well, Okoye is everything, so I just had to volunteer to draw this comic. I also thought it'd be fun to do a brief explanation of figure drawing as well. We'll start with Okoye's figure. Now, when drawing people, you always start with the skeleton. Close. But not quite what I meant. Here we go. Here's what you need to know when mapping out the skeleton. Divide the body into 7 or 8 parts. Each division represents the height of the head. I know that might sound weird, but hear me out. This helps. The reason we divide the figure into 7 or 8 heads is to help map out the proportions of the rest of the body correctly. For instance, the pelvis should generally rest on the bottom of the 4th division and is typically 1 head length tall and 1.5 to 2 head widths wide. Your shoulders should rest in the middle of the 2nd division with a width of about 2 to 3 head widths, and the rib cage should rest directly below the shoulders and should be roughly the same width as the pelvis, give or take. Moving on to the joints. The hip joints connect to the lower third of the pelvis. The knees should rest around the middle of the 6th division, with the ankles in the 8th division connecting to the feet resting on the bottom line. The elbows should lay around the middle of the 3rd division and the wrist will align with the pelvis on the bottom of the 4th division, assuming they are hanging straight down, leaving the fingers to end roughly mid-thigh. I'm having Okoye hold her spear in this comic, so her right wrist will rest wherever I choose to draw her gripping it. In this case, happens to be between the 3rd and 4th divisions. Now we can move on to mapping out the muscle structure. Ugh! Oh my god! No! Bad edit in post, Jessie. Stop freaking out your viewers.
Come on, you know that's funny.
No, well, yeah, but no, shut up!
I thought it was funny.
Okay, sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, making this look more like a person. The best way to do this is to look at a reference photo of the human body to get an idea of how the muscles lie, especially if you're drawing a specific person or character. Also, if you're drawing a female, it'll help you get an idea of how the breasts are supposed to look. I say this because apparently that's harder than it looks for a lot of people. I won't go too much into that because this is just a brief scratch the surface overview of figure drawing, but if you'd like a tutorial on how to draw breasts, let me know in the comments and I might make that happen. A couple tips I will give are that the nip should lay around the bottom of the 2nd division and the belly button should lie at the bottom of the 3rd. However, Okoye will be closed, so I don't need these parts. I could do a whole tutorial for the face alone, so I think I might save that for its own video. To demonstrate a figure in profile, I'll be using Yondu's figure. This time we're going to drop a vertical line from the crown of the head to the ground. This will help with the placements of different parts of the body. For instance, the head, shoulders, pelvis, and knee can be placed on this line, at the same level as before. There are certain things you'll notice that will look different in profile, like the spine. It will look like a squished S. You'll also notice that the spine curves behind the shoulder joints, then comes forward a bit above the pelvis before curving back again and ending in the tailbone. The rib cage should be attached to the spine, with the top in line with the top of the shoulder. Moving on to the hip joint. It should rest ahead of the vertical axis, and is counterbalanced by the ankle being placed behind the axis. You'll notice that this will create a slight visual arc in the figure. If you were to flatten or reverse this arc, you would perceive an uncertainty or a slouch in the posture. Moving on to the arms, the upper arm falls fairly straight from the shoulder, but since the arm is never completely stretched at rest, the elbow will fall slightly behind our vertical axis, and the wrist should fall forward over the hip bone. Now, because I'm not going to leave Yondu in this position, I intend to have him walking in this panel of the comic, I'm going to change his position before mapping out his muscle structure. Okay, here we go. You'll notice that now he doesn't quite line up with his divisions. When standing, the figure's feet reach the ground and the head reaches up to the top of the division lines. However, when the legs are further apart, it pulls the rest of the figure down to keep everything in proportion. Note Da Vinci's proportion of the human body for reference. Again, for mapping out the muscle structure, look at the reference photos of the human body, especially if you're drawing a specific character. One last thing I'd like to touch on briefly before I move into a speed process of this comic is perspective. In this first panel, I want Yondu to be walking past Okoye. This means that he should be in front of her, because otherwise he'd be walking through her, and it's not like he's a ghost. Wait, no, I didn't mean that! Now, I could get super technical and draw out a perspective grid with a vanishing point or horizon line and such, but because this is just a fun little comic and partly out of laziness, I'm not going to do that. I think it'll just suffice to say that I need to scale Yondu up a tad to give the idea that he's walking in front of Okoye, and fake the perspective that way. I'll save that all for its own tutorial. Alright, I think that's all I was going to teach you guys for now, so onto the speed paint so you guys can see the finished comic at the end. You know what? I might as well make use of this time to give a status update on my subscriber giveaways. Unless you're a new viewer, you might remember that I had 2 giveaways going on. I started out with one giveaway where when this channel reached 500 subscribers, I would give away 1 t-shirt of the winner's choice from my store. Then the YouTube Partner Program changes were announced, so I added another giveaway, where if this channel could reach 1,000 subscribers by February 20th, I would also give away 1 hoodie of the winner's choice. My subscriber count has tripled since the beginning of this year, and I'm so grateful that you guys all like my content. It's honestly so cool to even have 230 subscribers. Unfortunately though, we didn't meet the goal for my second giveaway, so that giveaway has been closed. But I want to say that the first giveaway for when this channel reaches 500 subscribers is still ongoing, and I'll have more details down in the description on that. Now that we're all up to date, I'll leave you to watch the rest of this speed process. here's the finished comic. Shout out to Root Beer Goddess on Tumblr. This is for you and I hope you like it. Now it's time to feature some art. Check out this piece from artist Kate Rinka from the Czech Republic. She drew this amazing baby Groot using crayons. If you'd like to see more of her work, check out her links in the description. And if you'd like a chance for your work to be featured in a future video, then submit your art via social media. All my links are down below. For now, why not take a look at one of the videos on the left? Could be fun! Or, to make sure you don't miss out on future videos, just click on my face to the right to subscribe. Again, thank you all for watching! Bye!